We got to get to some quarterback flames, lames, and shockers specials right now. Let's start with the fantasy flames. These are guys started at under 60% of Yahoo leagues, and I love your selection, and I cannot wait to see the player props market open on this dude. Who is it?
Yeah, so now I'm going to go with two guys that I have to start in my two quarterback leagues here, and it's gross. This guy hasn't been great yet. Geno Smith, but he's still right now, or the Raiders are, I should say, top 10 in passing plays because they're not playing with the lead a whole lot. They're trailing in a lot of these games. Geno Smith right now, fourth in ADOT, 9.8 yards. He's going to look to push the ball down the field, especially against the Chicago Bears, who are all beat up in the secondary and outside the top 20 in like every metric. Geno, 19 to 29 passing for 289, 3 touchdowns in week 3. So I'm rolling with Geno Smith against the Bears this weekend.
Would you like to do an impromptu edition of Predict the Prop? Because his pass yards prop just posted on BetMGM. So, Horvat, Geno Smith pass yards. Predict the Prop.
252 and a half.
Ding, 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 ding. Almost exactly right. 251 and a half. Do you think he gets to like 255, 260, or you're not touching it?
Yeah, you know what, Eve? I think he gets closer to 265, 270 in this game, maybe even 300, especially if this game's close. And I think this is going to be a back-and-forth game. I like the Bears. But I will roll with the over here. I'm going to bet the over here, actually. It's a little short.
Okay, yeah, good call. I think that over is going to come through as well. It could be another like first to 40 win scenario, so it could be a high scoring affair there in Sin City. I could really light up the scoreboard. I am flaming over some Justin Herbert. Only 56% started right now in Yahoo leagues in New York, taking on the G-men. Everybody talking up Jackson Dart, but the guy that could rain on the parade is the LA Chargers starter, who is a front runner in the MVP market. They look at the Giants. Number 24 in drop back EPA defense. They've allowed the 11th most fantasy points to opposing signal callers, giving up only 6.87 pass yards per attempt, but they're also allowing 272.7 pass yards per game, 4 passing touchdowns in total. Herbert, modest number 20 just completion percentage, but he is number 9 in red zone completion percentage at quarterback 6. I think it's at least like 260 and a couple of airstrikes for Herbert, and may raise the floor with around 10 to 15 rush yards as well. So I think he's a fantasy flame. Wrote about him on my site, thegamingjuice.com today. So check out that column if you want more. All right, flip side of the coin, fantasy lames. Guys started right now in over 50% of Yahoo leagues. Who could disappoint? And interesting, you're going to go with a guy we're going to see on Thursday we just recommended to a caller.
Well, I didn't know. Okay, so I didn't know Mike was going to call and ask about Kyler. And Mike, you got to suffer with me, pal. But I am going to put Kyler Murray in the fantasy lames here because short week, and he's going against the Seattle defense. Meets the criteria here, over 50% started. And anytime I need Kyler in a big spot, I'm off to a 3-0 start. He lets me down. But man, Marvin Harrison, a bunch of drops last week. James Conner hurt now. So I don't know. There's a lot of matchups I really like for the top quarterbacks. I kind of like the guy that you're going to go with here. So I am just going to fade myself this week because things are going way too well for me. So I'll go with Kyler. But fingers crossed, Mike, that we come out on top. I'm playing him over Mariota.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Play him over Marcus Mariota. I have no fond feelings for the Dak attack this week. I think they're going to be, rather mundane, the effort overall for him. No CD Lamb, 76% starting Yahoo leagues, largely because he faced the Bears. It was subpar in that game, which is a mother of all matchups kind of scenario. Now you get the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay, number 6 in dropback EBA defense, and they've allowed the fewest fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks on the season. They're only going to 4.85 yards per attempt, 189 pass yards per game, 3 total touchdowns to the quarterback position. Dak's at quarterback 17 right now. He's on number 2 in air yards. Thank you, George Pickens. But who's going to step up for CeeDee Lamb? Nobody. I think he could finish outside the top 20 this week. Very down on Dak. All right, let's go to a shocker special. These are guys under 15% started in Yahoo leagues. And honestly, Geno Smith already qualified. So give me another deep pull. Who do you like here in week 4?
This is even grosser, man, but this is the league I'm telling you about where there's nobody available, and I got to go with Spencer Rattler against the Bills. The reason I like him, though, so they're, 16.5, 17-point dogs, so they're going to be trailing here. And because of that, Spencer Rattler right now is averaging 15.3 fantasy points per game, 4th highest scoring waiver wire quarterback. I was looking at this, right? And now the PFF passing grade isn't that great, but he's top 3 in dropbacks. Like I said, there's 16.5-point dogs in this game. And, he's giving you some rushing yards, too. He had 4 carries for 29 yards against the Cardinals, 4 for 14 against the 49ers. Hasn't scored a rushing touchdown, but I'm desperate. They're going to be trailing. He could throw for 300 yards in this game. So I'm rolling with Spencer Rattler, who I don't even know that he's on a roster other than mine.
That's absolutely disgusting, but I could see it. You make a sound argument there, my friend. I'm going to go with Michael Penix, who may have the wonkiest mechanics of any quarterback in the league. I jokingly wrote about him again on thegameandjuice.com. If he was like a Major League Baseball prospect, they would have completely deconstructed and rebuilt his release in the minor leagues. Well, there's no minor leagues in the NFL, so you just got to go out there and hopefully can fix it on the field. You look at him, only 10% started right now in leagues, but you get the Commanders, number 19 in drop back EPA defense, have a lot of 12 most fantasy points opposing pseudo callers, giving up 7.72 pass yards per attempt, 249.7 pass yards per game, 5 total touchdowns. Penix is number 35 and adjusted completion percentage. They fired Ike Hillier, the wide receivers coach. Feed your damn receivers. You got Drake London. You got Darnell Mooney. You could check out a Bijan Robinson. He got Kyle Pitts at tight end. He's got the weaponry. Maybe there's going to be some added motivation out of Hilliard's out. Maybe it's another 20 fantasy points. I'm banking on it against the Commanders. I think Atlanta's going to win, and I think Penix will actually show signs of life as a fantasy producer.